All right, we are live back on the Andre Duke Show with Carter Smith. We got Richie joining us tonight. Richie, how we doing, man?
Duke, man, just having a great time on a Thursday night, watching some Pitt and Syracuse action tonight. Doesn't get any better than that. Thursday night football. What about you?
Yeah, just taking in the games as well. We got Pitt, Syracuse, and then we got Old Dominion in Georgia Southern as well. So another action-packed night. Last night, Kennesaw State ends up getting their first win, which was great.
How about that? Shocker.
But did you get to check out any of that Kennesaw State stuff last night,
I was
Rich?
watching a little bit. I was watching a little bit of it, and I had to put Quinn to bed. And I came back downstairs, and it was like 1 second left, and I think Liberty had the ball with. Was it Liberty that had the ball left with 1 second, and everybody stormed the field, and they had to get all the kids back in their stands, and the announcers were like saying, "Oh, could you imagine if that would have happened in like the SEC school or a Big Ten school? Like those kids were obedient. They got back there ASAP, got back to their seats."
Well, yeah, I don't think that's fair to the Big Ten or the SEC people because the stadium at Canton is bigger than Kennesaw State Stadium. I think the capacity is more the high school field over at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think Fawcett's like 26,000.
So,
I'm sorry, Tom Benson, even though he had no ties to Canton.
Oh, forgot about that.
Yeah, I still call it Fawcett just because that's what I grew up with.
Gotcha. So yeah, Kennesaw State finally gets off the schneid. They get their first FBS win. Good for those guys and those kids. They've been playing hard the last couple weeks. Been watching them on that. The Conference USA in October plays during the week. I believe they play 4 games a week during the week. So, but shout out Kennesaw State. And then the other game last night is you had Middle Tennessee, Jacksonville State. The Fighting Rich Rods ran right through them. The Blue Raiders did not stand a chance. It is looking bleak down there. And then so didn't know if you got a chance to check out any of the
Didn't get a chance to watch that last night. I think I fell asleep watching. I forget what I was watching. I was watching something. I might have been watching that game. I can't remember. I can't keep the day straight sometimes.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But we
2 picks by Honda McCord. Oh boy.
Yeah, that is way to start it out. That is, Heinz Field Acusure Stadium. We got somebody asking here, Rich, who do you got tonight? Rams, Vikings. Who you got tonight?
Skull. Rams are going to be having a fire sale here. I'm hoping they can trade Cooper Kupp to Tampa for a second rounder.
I don't know if they'll be able to get that done. And then in other news, Old Dominion is all over Georgia Southern right now. They're up 19-0.
Jeez.
In the first half, and so we got that.
They're taking it to them.
Yeah, taking it to them, bringing the fight to their doorstep, and that is what Pitt is also doing as well right now. Currently, the Pitt Panthers are driving. Kyle McCord 2 picks. I'm sure Derek McCord is breathing in a paper bag in shambles right now. So, yeah, but he doesn't really know who we are, so I think we're okay. His beef is with Zach Smith. So he's he can keep DM and Zach. Derek, if you have any issues, Zach Smith, my publicist, take all your issues through him. I'm sure he'll be happy to. Come on, Carter. But yes, we got Carter producing the show today as well. But yeah, Derek McCord not looking good. You're about to go down maybe 14-0, and the magical season that was Syracuse's season is not going to be as high as what you thought it was going to be. But outside of that, we got some show notes here. Our producer today, Carter, is going to show us that Grayson McCall retires today.
Isn't that the kid from Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, he was at North Carolina State, and he took that bad hit, and it I guess retired him. I guess he got had a bad head injury with the concussion, and he
From the other night.
No, this was a couple of weeks ago, and it was a bad hit. He got sandwiched in between like 2 or 3 guys whenever he was he took off to run, or a scramble drill, and I believe it was against Wake Forest, and for whatever reason he ran into a group of guys, and it crunched him. Got hit in the head pretty good, and that was it.
Well,
so
rattled that brain of his for couple seconds, couple weeks.
Yeah, not a good situation. So Grayson McCall retires. I believe he's going to get into coaching or something. Good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's for some people it's not worth it.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. I mean, hell, I can't believe Tua's still gonna be playing after his 10th concussion.
Yeah, the whole Tua thing's bizarre to me, but
it's weird.
I get it. That's who you are. It's just not something that is easy to deal with. Being a player, it's just a tough road. I wouldn't want to be in that position, because you're making a decision on the rest of your life, and in a matter of a week or a couple weeks. I get it too, as paid, and a lot of times a lot of people forget, like, a lot of the things that you do in life, and I'm not trying to get too super preachy here, but a lot of the things you do is, when it comes to the Tua thing, like, it's not about the money. And sometimes, these guys, they get to a certain sense to where it will, football becomes who they are to a certain sense. And
right.
And you take off the pads and helmet away, and it takes a piece of them away. So, that's kind of why for me personally, that's why I would, understand why he would still want to play, and everybody's got their own personal reasons. So,
yeah, right.
That's that. And current update: Old Dominion 20-0. Pitt.
Watching both of them. Pitt's up 10-0. They just kicked the field goal.
Yeah. So and Pitt got a new athletic director too. And this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Pitt got a new athletic director. They got I can't think of what their old athletic director name was. And I used to argue with people on Twitter, imagine that, because she wasn't completely invested in football. And I think
that's a shame.
And the biggest thing that Pitt screwed up on is they should have built a on-campus stadium, and they didn't, because this is the big thing. You got to go clear across town to go to a Pitt game, because
how far is it from campus?
It's like
I've always been like intrigued. Like, why do they not have the stadium of their own?
Well, they used to have
That never made sense to me.
they used to have Old Pitt Stadium on campus, I believe, or it was somewhere closer, but it was only like a 50,000 or a 40,000. It was a real small stadium, and whenever they built, because the Steelers played there too, and then whenever they built Three Rivers Stadium, the new where the that's where everybody played. But see, I'm gonna screw the name up. Oxford is where I believe the Pitt campus is located, which is way clear on the other side of town. Actually, it's like yes, Oakland. Thank you, Carter. Thank you. I couldn't because Oakland's on the clear on the other side of town, and it's it's downtown, but it's a pain in the ass to get there because we had to stay in Oakland one time. That's not true, Carter. Don't say things about that great city.
That was me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't read the didn't read the name attached
Kid can't
to
even
it.
read.
Well, I wasn't reading the name.
Oh,
yeah.
I went there for a Kenny Chesney concert. It was the worst time of my life.
You went to Kenny Chesney in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was awful.
I went one time.
I didn't even like country. I'm like, I went,
and it was not an enjoyable experience because there was a lot of public urination going on.
Yes.
But anyway, Pitt messed up on Field Stadium. We will keep this moving. But yeah, it's a tough sell out there, and then you got to go clear across town to try to get there, and then Kent State, Western Michigan this week. Rich, are you going?
No. I'll be staying home watching it with my girls.
It sounded
watching Ohio State with my girls.
It sounded
they might score like 3 points. That's it.
I believe I don't know if Carter could do some background on this. Carter, is Kent State the only team without a win this year in FBS Division 1?
I think they are.
I think they are because Kennesaw State got off the schneid last night, and there was somebody did the week before. But yeah, and then Carter's got in here. Apparently, I've been snoozing on the Giants Steelers. Oh, I'll put this up on the screen real quick while Carter's getting that info. Giants Steelers on Monday night. I'm going to take begrudgingly the Steelers. They should win that with some relative ease. And then we got an interesting thing here. James Franklin has been getting some strange questions at his press conferences that he hasn't been answering. I believe Carter's got a video that he's going to show whenever he gets that pulled up. Here's the video, Rich.
Our program and athletic department will have no further comment. If you need the statement, please reach out to me or Chris.
Hey guys, questions?
James, at what point in the summer were you aware that these guys were not going to be on the team?
Again, guys.
I mean, oh shit! I almost picked it again.
So that's an awkward situation because I'm assuming.
I think it's an awkward situation for him because the dude from was he like an attorney or legal representative from the athletic department?
Probably like the SID or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he straight up told the media, and the media is still bugging questions about James Franklin asking questions about James Franklin getting kids getting rape
Don't say it.
allegations. Oh,
Don't say that. Not good.
uh-oh.
Just say SA, and Kyle McCord just threw another pick. Holy shit.
It's a touchdown.
Holy shit. Pitt is all up on Syracuse, up in that grill. The Clemson game is going to be litty.
Oh, they're going to be partying. They're going to be partying tonight.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go to the Big O and have some fries, if that's even still open. Carter probably knows. But yeah, that's a wild story when it comes to the James Franklin thing.
If that's the SID, telling the media, they still keep pressing on with those questions. I mean, I will blame James Franklin for not having to say anything. I mean, the guy straight up told him, come to me or come to somebody else. Don't be asking him.
This is where it becomes a bad, where it becomes bad. And Carter did come through with the football question. Yes, Kent State is the only team in major college football without a win.
Go Flashes still. Go Flashes.
Richie's still a part of the booster club. He's contributing to NIL. But
yeah, I paid my loans off. They didn't get any more money from me.
But anyway, the James Franklin thing is wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
I would think that somebody up there at Happy Valley would be asking, old Carter with the jokes today.
We got a regular freaking comedian over here.
Yeah. They'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure, tip your waitress.
2 drink minimum. But anyway, the James Franklin stuff is really, I wouldn't say bothersome. Whenever you have something of serious as magnitude as this, I get it. You don't want to say anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to incriminate yourself because it'll come back to bite you in the ass.
Well, and nobody knows that the allegation is true. Nobody's been prosecuted yet.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's what the issue is. You know, a lot of times with this, you'll have a situation like this come up, or somebody gets accused, or somebody gets charged, and they want to instantly blame the football coach.
Right.
I get it. He's in charge of the whole scheme, and you got to know what's going on inside of your program. I think this is. I'm not going to say. I have an opinion on this, and it would be a very unpopular. Well, not unpopular, but I think there's situations that I would just keep an eyeball on this story and see how it mushrooms. Because if I hate to say this, but if they start losing, I say more stuff comes out.
Yep. Snowball effect.
Within some of this, and I think Penn State would remove him for cause. Because
because of how that all played out and everything. That could happen. But let the fact, let the whole thing just play itself out.
Yeah, I just I'm not saying the kids are guilty or innocent, but I think it's really strange that a story like this I don't know if I've missed this in the news or something, but
I didn't even hear about it until today. Until I was listening to Zach's show after work. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Then I went on Twitter. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I didn't know.
And I saw the video. I was like, Oh my God! And the reporters are pressing him for questions, and it's like, stop. You guys have already been warned. Go to the SID or go to whoever else you got to talk to. Don't quit press. You've already been told once. Don't listen.
And
They don't listen for shit.
well, and depending on how your relationship is with the media, it just kind of depends upon if they're going to treat you fair or not. In my opinion, but so we got the James Franklin stuff. Hopefully that for everybody involved that that's a very unfortunate situation, but it's just one of those things. So, but last piece of what's on the internet, Garth Brooks buys a piece of the goalpost at Vanderbilt. I seen this and sent it to Carter, and I just thought to myself, what is like,
where the hell are you gonna put that at?
He buys a piece of the goalpost for like a G or something like that. I think they were like $1,400 or $1,500. But what I don't know why Garth Brooks buying a piece of it is a big deal. I get it.
Is he a Vandy fan or what?
There are no such thing as Vandy fans, okay?
I mean,
I'm tired of this, narrative. Like, I've never met somebody that's a Vanderbilt fan. I've never met anybody.
I've never met any. I know one girl in my class. I think she went to Vanderbilt, and from high school. I think so. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Shit, I don't remember. 20 years ago.
I don't know any Vandy fans, but so it just blows me away. And Garth Brooks, great. Congratulations, Garth. You own a piece of
buddy.
You own a piece of a metal structure that
is going to rust in 10 years.
That's going to rust out, and I don't see a huge resurgence on the Vanderbilt. What did I wish Garth Brooks would have? Yeah. Pay me $1,000 and I'll take off the hat. Yeah, pay me a band there.
Send a super chat.
Yeah, we just gotta, we got a little bit of that going on tonight. One of the guys I work with, terrible golfer. I mean, the guy goes lessons. He was in the parking lot a lot, just, attempting golf, not playing. He
might have a golf simulator at home or Golden Tee.
He's a good Golden Tee player, but when it comes out to physical activity, never had the makings of a varsity athlete. So that's where we're at. So we're about 23 minutes in. Go ahead and reset the show before we get to the back half of the show here. If you're watching out there on Twitter or YouTube, don't be scared to comment. We got some people in the comments tonight to get interactive with the show. We like taking questions, and it just it helps the show grow if you could hit that like and subscribe button and help us out and keep us growing on the trajectory and path that we got. And we're going live at least 6 times a week. All right, now I have to address something. Where did that go? That's not true. It was a 4-year letterman for baseball.
Yeah, weren't you a baseball player?
Yeah, 4-year letterman. This guy, he's really upset because he was just not a baseball guy. I get it,
I'm not a baseball guy.
But
I'd rather do laundry than watch baseball.
What?
You gonna watch the World Series, Duke?
Yeah, I'll watch some of it, but it just like how about this Major League Baseball because you hate your product so much. Anyone can let her in Division 6. I grew up in, Indiana, 4A, the highest level in high school baseball. We were at the top division, so where all the big schools were. So, and we were one of the smallest big schools, so in the middle of nowhere. But, the number 11 here is a very, he's just mad because I'm a better golfer than him.
There you go.
That's all it comes down to. I've taken lots of his money in skins, so he's just a jealous guy. But anyway, Carter's got one last graphic for us here, Richie. The bottom 25 in college football. Whenever Carter gets this pulled up, the bottom 25. You got.
Good God Almighty!
What are we thinking here?
Kennesaw State should be number 2. Flashes should be number 1. Zips number 2. Ball State. I think Kennesaw State since they won. Wyoming. God, who's number 10? Who is that?
Number 10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Southern Mississippi.
Oh my. Okay, I couldn't tell.
And
is that?
They
must have changed their logo because I've never seen that logo before.
It's just the bird itself because it normally has the Southern Miss on the bottom.
Yeah, it had Southern Miss the script across it, so that's why I was like, who the fuck is that? The Blazers, yeah, I mean they're garbage. I mean, New Mexico State, yeah, Florida State. I mean, we all know the fall from grace from Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State's what happens when you pay the wrong transfer portal guys. If try to summarize the list here, it's number 24 is funny to me. Tom Herman, the fighting Tom Hermans are down on the mat right now, so not looking good. And I'm really shocked to see Georgia Southern on this list. They're number 23. They beat Vanderbilt this year, so I don't know how you could say they're one of the worst teams in the league. And
who made this? Will Backus and Tom Fernelli? Who are these clowns?
They work for CBS Sports. So
okay. Well, they probably know what they're talking about, I guess, maybe.
The worst team on this list outside of the Flashes, I'm going to go UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. UAB is bad. They are bad.
They are bad. I mean, they got their shit kicked in against Army last week.
And UTEP, they got to win this week. I think Purdue is bad. And I think Ryan Walters is a good coach, but he lost, I think, like 15 or 20 guys in the transfer portal. 15 or 20 maybe.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So it was not a good time for those guys at Purdue. Joe Moorhead, obviously, at Akron is completely rebuilding. I don't know how long Kent State's coach has been there, but he's trying to rebuild that. But when you
what's his name went with Dion?
Sean Miller.
My buddy Sean Miller? I know, I got a buddy that's named Sean Miller.
Sean
coach football.
Kent State's old coaches, yeah, that's right. He took the Colorado job to be the OC at Colorado, and then he got demoted halfway through the year. Now he's the head coach at San Diego State. So in a matter of 18 months, you went from Kent, Ohio to Boulder, Colorado to San Diego. So I think he is winning in life right now. UMass, also another team on there, not so good. Not very good.
Kevin Wilson. I kind of feel bad for Kevin Wilson. Took that Tulsa job.
Well, I think Tulsa had been bad for a long time, and they were just it's going to take time to, to get some of these programs on the right track. The one that's really interesting to me is Troy. Gerald Parker took that over. Troy is John Summerall had them, humming. He was like, I think 22-7 at Troy. He almost beat Auburn one of the years he was there. They back-to-back Sun Belt champs, and Summerall leaves, and it program kind of takes a downward spiral. New Mexico State losing Jerry Kill, which I've talked about on the show. Jerry Kill, very intricate role with Clark Lee at Vanderbilt. So I think that in Diego Pavia and the Sowers kid, they all left and went with Jerry. I think Jerry was just tired of being a head coach and just probably wanted to coach a room again. If I had to get on board with that, Utah State sitting there at 15. Their coach got fired for a similar situation, Rich, to what's going on with the James Franklin thing. He was, I'm not really sure, but he was, he was getting involved into an investigation that he shouldn't have been, and it violated some school policies, and they had to let him go. Whether it was right, wrong, or unjust is what they said that had happened. But I do have a story on that we'll discuss off camera, Rich. And then you go to Levy here at Mississippi State. Dan Mullen had them humping back in the day with Dak Prescott, and they had that team there, I believe, last week. It's unfortunate what happened with Mississippi State and Mike Leach.
Yep.
Joe Moorhead was the coach at Mississippi State. It's interesting that he's a coach of another team that is on this list. Mississippi State, not trying to take a shot at Joe Moorhead. I know the Fighting Chris Drews will get up in arms about it, but at Mississippi State, I think they have a resource problem because they've had a couple of kids decommit and commit to other programs, and I think that's just solely based on resources alone. Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And Stanford, I don't like. Here's my thing with Stanford. Stanford is one of those jobs that, like, what the academic standard is, opposed to what the on the field standard is. I don't think that those two things coincide, or
they're like the Northwest. I mean, they're like this. They used to be the Northwestern of the Pac-12, but now they're the Northwestern of the ACC. If you think about it.
Yeah, I don't know what your expectation is there. And then I put this out on Twitter. I seen somebody post something about Miami. I had seen this, and Miami, Florida State is this weekend. This is two fan bases trending in two different directions. Yeah.
It'll be a bloodbath for that game.
When they had the original line on the game when it opened, it was -1. Now it's up to like Florida State is like +3 touchdowns.
Jeez, I figured that's what it was.
I don't know. They got the backup playing. The DJU thing obviously didn't work out. It's a very, very, I think, touchy subject with Florida State fans. Our boy Snaps in the group chat. Haven't heard from him in a while, but you got two fan bases here that are in two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I stated in my tweet, I said you got some fans, waiting and looking to see where they could buy, or buy hotel rooms for the conference championship games, and then you got other fans scouring dog parks, and looking to eat dog shit on camera to break the curse. So, and they
a little too far when they eat dog shit.
Well, that one guy, we already had the St. Bill Snyder, and he got trolled back by BYU's media team. They retweeted him and said "Live Moss," or retweeted the score and said "Live Moss." The Taco Bell slogan.
Yep, the slogan.
So that's just what it is. It's just what it is, and then you go to App State. I think App State has a lot of locker room issues. If everybody remembers right, before the season, App State was one of the schools that you remember that viral video, Richie, of the kid hitting the other kid with the helmet and knocked him out.
100%. I didn't see that.
Yeah, if you Google in player fight Appalachian State, they had a kid on the team. I don't know if he's still with the team, but he swung his helmet, took his helmet off, and swung it at another kid and knocked his ass out cold.
Jesus.
So, I mean, if that's going on in training camp at
that locker room's going to hell real quick in a handbasket.
But my thing is I think you have a lot of the schools around the country have a lot of locker room issues. So, App State there, and then Temple, tough job, bad part of town. Carter's brother Zach actually coached there. Matt Rule was the coach there, and they actually won there. So Temple, not an easy sell to recruits. I've been told it's in a bad part of town. I don't know what their NIL looks like, but they play at where the Eagles play. It's a shared stadium deal, so
I forget where they play at. Yeah.
What is that? Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where Temple plays. It looks like there's like 10 people there, and then you have Hawaii. I don't think they've been good since June Jones, Colt Brennan, Tommy Chung.
Timmy Chang and Colt Brennan.
Timmy. What was that? The Western Athletic Conference, the WAC.
Yeah, the WAC. Yeah, WAC as hell is what it was.
So you got those guys. They haven't been good since those days, and the Georgia Southern, FAU. I'm real interested in this because Tom Herman took over down there after getting fired from Texas. I don't know. I don't know what their expectation is down there, but I know a couple of people that live by campus down there, and they absolutely do not like Tom Herman. So we'll see how it goes. He was also, like to reiterate, he was fired at the University of Texas. Fired. Tom Herman fired. He got fired. So
he got 51 points put on his ass by Maryland.
Yes,
and they were
bad at Texas. And then one of the last things I'll bring up on this topic is Houston. Willie Fritz. I think the program's in a very unique situation. Obviously, they moved on from Dana Holgorsen last year. Willie Fritz won at Tulane. He's pretty much won everywhere he's went.
Don't make me fucking yawn, dude. Jesus, quit it.
I know.
Snap out of it.
If Willie Fritz can get enough time, I think he can turn that around and get Houston back on track, because they have tons of resources down there. Houston has tons of resources, and I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, I mean, it's big oil money. I mean, you got to take advantage of that shit.
So, they got the new stadium, and the last time that they played Texas, which I don't think they'll probably play Texas in a while, or maybe ever again, they almost beat them. They got that. A lot of people forget about that Dana Horgerson, I think if he would have won that game, he probably would have saved his job. But at the end of the day, you are what your record says you are. So Willie Fritz, I think, will get a little time at Houston and build that back up. And Pitt just scored again. They're up 24-0 on Syracuse.
I just turned on the Rams-Vikings game, and Vikings scored. Darnold drove them down. Threw a hit Oliver on a drag. Was it Josh Oliver? I think that's his name. Yeah.
Yikes! Somebody call the Allegheny County Police. They are violating the oranges. This is not a good look for Fran Brown. This is probably the second biggest game that they played, and they lost to a bad Stanford team at home. So,
Derek McCord is going to be in Fran Brown's ear come tomorrow.
For what?
I don't know.
Let me look. Kyle's thrown three picks in the first half.
Oh, who the fuck knows? It's just a typical dad living vicariously through his kid.
Oh, Larry Fitzgerald's at the Pitt game tonight, so that's pretty cool. The great Arizona Cardinal Larry Fitzgerald.
Future gold jacket. I wonder when he is up. I don't think he was on the 25. I gotta look at that list for this year.
Because he's got one more year, doesn't he?
He's probably got one more year. Then who would he go in with next year? Oh man,
wouldn't it be him, Brady and Roethlisberger are not in the same class?
No, Roethlisberger will be before Brady. Yeah.
Huh. Here. This is a good one. This is a good comment. OG, you should change the headline there. McCord isn't better than Pitt's backup QB. Well, it was here's what it comes to whenever we do these certain types of things and we make these headlines, and when our producer Carter comes up with stuff like this. Did you not think it was going to be a little trolly? Did you not? He's thrown 3 picks in the first half, and then read the title. What do you think we're doing here? Come on, people. We're just up here for the hell of it. We're just here to play a game of go fuck around.
Trying to lure you in,
Yeah. It's called advertising, sales, but we got
Speaking of sales, Duke, we have an announcement coming up soon.
Yes, go ahead and tell them, Richie, about the live show.
So everybody that's watching, tuning in, we are doing a live show in Hubbard, Ohio, at a cigar lounge called Cigarro. Well, it's called Cigarro Lounge. By someone I know, we're going to be setting up, going live at noon. We're going to be watching it on conference championship Saturday, December 7th. So just come hang out, light a stick, have some bourbon, trying to support a local business, try to get our names out there, promote him, promote us. So it should be a good, rip-roaring good time. If you're into cigars and bourbon, come on out. Come hang out and chill out with us for the day.
Yes.
And also a possible another date in November. Still, details are getting ironed out yet. Still, so I'm working on that for everybody in the Canton area.
Yeah, so we're going to be, possibly twice up there in the eastern Ohio, close to where the Pitt game is tonight. So And then I'm going to be at Pitt Syracuse. So that is, or not Pitt Syracuse, Pitt Clemson.
Pitt, you were going to Pitt Clemson.
Yes, Pitt Clemson. So we got some things brewing here. And I guess with the last 15 minutes, we could hit tomorrow's games, Rich. So we got Louisville, Boston College, and Louisville -7.5. What are you thinking, Rich?
Well, since didn't Bill O'Brien lose in overtime last week?
Yeah.
That's a toss-up. I feel like that's a toss-up for some reason. I would go Bill O'Brien and the Golden Eagles, just because they're coming off that overtime loss. I feel like they want to try to get back in that win column. Try and at least be bowl eligible. Aren't they like 3-4 or 3-5?
I think. Let me pull up BC's record real quick.
Shit. Yeah. Sorry for me yawn, but I've been up early this morning.
BC they are 4-3.
Oh, they're 4-3. Okay.
But I believe they got blown out by Virginia Tech, and then they lost 2 one-score games. They almost beat Missouri at Missouri, and
so they got the talent. I mean, they got the talent to hang with like the mid-tier teams.
Yes.
I think they'll beat Louisville.
I believe they.
But that Louisville Miami game last week, that was a wild game until Miami pulled off, took it, closed it out.
Yeah, Louisville Miami was a kind of a nail biter at the end. Boston College, yes, last week they did get smoked, but it was Virginia Tech, and then they lost to Virginia by 10, and then Mizzou by 6. So, I think what we got here is Boston College is better than, a little bit better than what we think.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then we have an absolute banger. Boise State at UNLV. Call up the Fighting Rebs versus the Broncos, the Ponies versus the Rebels. Who you got? Who do you like? You got the Heisman Trophy front runner.
I'm going with the Heisman Trophy front runner, Genty. He's probably I think he's gonna put up some monster yards. He'll probably have at least 4 touchdowns.
Carter chimed in the back. He says he's rolling UNLV. I'm gonna take the over in points. How about that? Whatever the over is, give me that.
I would hit that money line for Army Notre. Was it Navy Notre? Is it Navy Notre Dame this weekend?
Yeah.
Man, I'd hit that money on Navy real hard.
Oh boy, don't be saying that. Carter is gonna get bent backstage. He's gonna get bent out of shape. So, and then for all of you diehard Big Ten fans of Big Ten football, we have a Big Ten classic matchup for you. We have the USC Trojans taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Big Ten traditionalists. Who you got, Richie?
Okay, Rutgers and who? USC?
USC.
Oh.
The fighting Schianos.
The Schianos. I can't stand Schiano, but Lincoln Riley will probably screw that game up. But I don't know, I think USC will come out with that win.
It's on Fox. What just off the top of your head, do you know what time that game kicks off?
For USC and Rutgers?
Yes.
I thought I saw it today at like 7:30. Is it 7:30 or 8? I know it's late.
Nope. Kicks off at 11.
Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna be. I'll be in bed.
You're not going to stay up and start watching Rutgers USC that kicks
I might.
off.
You know what? You know what? No, I'll be up still because I got to feed Quinn at 11. So I'll be up.
You'll be.
I'll be up for a little bit till I like fall asleep watching on my phone.
You'll be eyeballs. I figured you would have, your USC hat on and your foam finger.
Was it fight on? Yeah.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, Richie has a USC foam finger at his house.
Yes. Duke has seen it. He was live. He came here in person one random day in the summer.
Oh yeah, whenever I went up to the Buckeye Scoop event.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was for.
Yeah,
you whipped my ass in college football. I gave up.
Yeah, don't let him lie to you, Carter. He did give up. He surrendered. It was a lot of white flag waving. He's like, that is.
I can't stand Shiano.
And in the private chat, Richie, also don't say the other word that Carter has spelled out back there.
No, I won't. Greg Schiano can go kick rocks too for what he did in Tampa. That Dilrod.
Did Kyle throw another pick while I'm watching this?
I don't know. I'm watching the Rams game.
Nope. He is.
Yep, the Rams scored.
He is 10 of 24, 89 yards, 3 interceptions.
Man, he's putting them numbers up.
Hey, Derek told me he was gonna be an NFL guy. I figured
honestly he'll be in the UFL.
I figured he was going to struggle just because Narduzzi's scheme was going to be really difficult, and just typically Pitt gives quarterbacks fits on the back end because they're normally really good on the back end. Not so much their front seven, but I think Pitt has finally got it together this year. They're middle of second quarter. They're on their way to being, not going to jinx it, but they're looking good tonight.
The Browns will probably pick Kyle McCord.
Oh yes. What did first round pick for the New York Football Giants? Man, Carter is.
He is on a tear.
Carter is going to make it to where Chris Drew is going to hate our show.
Oh, yeah.
He is like, Chris is going to be, Syracuse with the pick. Chris Drew is going to hate our show. And then last night, we don't talk much NBA on this, and this is going a little off script. Well, Syracuse just effed up their pick just for the simple fact of they roughed the quarterback, so it's a 15-yard penalty ball going the other way. So Fran Brown's head is probably going to explode, but the brawny LeBron thing, it's the opening night of the NBA or the second or third night. Carter is making a very interesting hand movement off screen. But I'm out. I'm totally out on I don't care. I so do not care about the NBA, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like it's.
Yeah, you know what? G League basketball is better than NBA basketball.
No,
it's not. No, I shouldn't say it. No, I mean. The NBA product is what it is, but it is. It's gotten weird over the last decade for some reason to me. I don't know. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just not.
I'll root for the Cavs. No questions asked. But
like I'll watch
during football season. It's football. I'm not watching basketball. I'm not watching hockey. It's straight football. When there's football on every single night.
I might turn it on maybe if there's the playoffs are on. That's probably when I'll watch, and it probably won't even be until the conference finals is when I'll start watching. So, but I do like to bet NBA. I just don't like to watch it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to hit some Cavs games up this year. I gotta go. I went to a playoff game last year with my cousins. Probably my first Cavs game in a while. I went with my cousin. We were on the lower bowl, then we got upgraded to floor seats during that playoff run, which was pretty sweet. So.
Oh, when the Cavs won it all, you and your dad were down there, weren't you?
Yeah. So Dad and I, we went to Game 6 for the finals game. That's when Curry got ejected for throwing his mouthpiece. That was probably the top 5 sporting events I've ever been to with my dad. The city was rocking. Then I went down with my cousin. We went to what was it called? Began with the B, downtown Brewbakers? No. It was somewhere downtown Cleveland. And after the Cavs won, the streets were flooded with people. My cousin lost his phone. Some good Samaritan picked his phone. I think it was I don't know if it was his work phone or his personal phone. It was one of the two. Anyways, that's not here nor there. We went to the shop the next morning and got gear, and he rewarded this good Samaritan for picking his phone up because somehow he lost it. And we weren't even drunk. We were so stone cold sober.
Well, with that many people down there, it's like pandemonium. It's like, a lot of people, it's just like going to an NFL game, which, you live in Canton. I'm sure a Hall of Fame weekend is great, but it's like for people that live there, it's not so much great.
It's not bad. It's not crazy. Just like with some of the events down there for like the Gold Jacket, getting downtown, it's a pain in the ass because downtown it's all one-way streets and you got to find parking. The next day is the parade. You got to find parking. If you don't find parking, you'll get towed. It's a pain in the ass.
But yeah, it's
always a fun weekend. I mean, it's one of my favorite weekends. I was just at the grocery store last night and there was one guy. He volunteers for the festival, and I was like, "Are you still working on Hall of Fame?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I love giving back." I'm like, "It's the best time of the year, best weekend of the year, summer of the year. It's always fun."
Yeah, you guys are working on 38 years in a row that you and your dad have been to the Hall of Fame game?
So I'll be 39. So it'll be game 35 if Dad and I go in August. Seen all 32 teams. Got a couple autographs when I was growing up. Got Chris Carter's autograph, Drew Bledsoe. Had Tom. No, I didn't get Tom Brady's. Had Kurt Warner's. Put it in my program. When Dad and I were leaving the games, I think I had 2-a-days the next day, and left. Get home. I lost the damn Kurt. Somebody picked up my Kurt Warner card. He literally signed my card, and I had it. I don't know what the hell happened to it.
Man.
Yeah, I was so pissed. My grandpa was chief. I'd always bug him to get autographs on the sideline for the players because he would work the sidelines. But Grandpa, hey, can you get? So he got me like Terry Glenn's, he got Cordell Stewart's, Carnell Lake's. My cousin and I, we did end up getting Chris Carr's autograph. Like he came up and signed it for us. Trying to think what else, like Hall of Fame stuff. I had my aunt take my nephew when Rondé Barber got enshrined 2 years ago during the procession and like have him sign my mini helmet. So shout out to my little nephew Gus, Tasmanian Devil. He got me Rondé Barber's autograph on a mini helmet that's in my basement.
All right.
So the Hall of Fame. Go ahead. Sorry, I was rambling for a little bit. Sorry.
I'm gonna throw 2 games at you that I want to see if you're interested in. Outside of Ohio State, I think the most interesting games of the weekend. The one is LSU Texas A&M because I feel like
I like LSU in that game. Nussmeier's playing out of his mind.
I feel like that is a playoff game.
Yeah.
a pseudo
A preliminary playoff game, I would say.
Yes.
It's like a quarter final playoff game.
And the other most interesting game is Missouri, Alabama.
Oh, shit. If Alabama doesn't win, they're going to light that stadium on fire.
So, Missouri, Alabama, and then I thought I had one more. Oh,
Do you think DeBoer's coaching for his job for that game if they don't win? Like, you think he's one and done?
Well, okay, we'll roll this Alabama thing here real quick. Last 5 minutes. The thing with Alabama is that for so long they've been so good.
They've been spoiled.
And they've lost 36 scholarship athletes in the transfer portal. Now, where I have the issue is that DeBoer, no matter what he does, it's not going to be good enough.
Right.
He could win a natty.
It still won't measure up to Saban.
One time, and this is from somebody that I know that had worked there. There was one time that it came up in a meeting because one time under Saban, they put the houndstooth on the jerseys and people freaked out.
Houndstooth? The fuck do you mean houndstooth?
It's remember Bear Bryant's fedora? They put it They put that on the collars and did it with some stitching and stuff, and people freaked out because they don't like the alternate jerseys. Alabama from that day on has not changed the jersey ever. And
when was that? When did they do that?
One time early under Saban, I think in 08 or 09.
Is that one of the was it with like the pro combat jerseys?
I think
the year with like Ohio State had the white helmets that they used against the team up north.
Yes.
That same year. I think I have to look at those again because I remember.
But they changed them enough to where people noticed and people freaked out. And somebody from Nike came in there one time and during a staff meeting and said, "Well, we're going to go with these alternate jerseys," and in so many words, that guy was told not happening. And that wasn't even by Saban. Wasn't even by him. So at Alabama, they do not change the jersey. You're not going to change the jersey.
And if you thought Ohio State fans were bad, wow. That's news to me. I never knew that.
Oh yeah, that's why the jersey has never changed. Let's say Alabama came out in black jerseys and like white pants or something, people would freak out and probably start throwing stuff on the field. I'm not kidding.
Or on beer bottles.
Yes. Short of like Texas. But with that being said, Richie, we're over an hour.
Oh man. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, we've been at this over an hour. We talked a little group of five, some bad teams tonight, some of the things to look forward to the weekend. Carter is not in his spot, so I don't know what time we're going to go to tomorrow. We'll probably have Carter tweet it out from the show account. If we're going to do an early show, we'll probably get that tweet out tonight. And with everything being said, appreciate everybody watching. If you come on over to YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button to help us out and grow this show. We're going to roll at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Carter just got back with me here really quick. 10 a.m. in the morning. I believe we're going to start doing these in the morning on Friday, just so everybody can, we'll get our show in and just so everybody can enjoy the evening. We got 3 games on tomorrow for Friday night. That helps, everybody out that wants to watch the games and don't have to worry about, tuning into the show. And, so that'll be something new that we're rolling out this week, and then you'll be able to catch
Saturday night same plan like last week.
Yeah, I believe we're going to go sometime on Saturday at 3 or 4 in between games for people to, hop in and chat it up. And we can kind of recap the day if there's absolute chaos and what message board is melting down at the time. So with that, look for a Saturday show. And with that being said, just come on over to YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button and give us a follow. That helps, and that helps us. Follow my Twitter, follow the show's Twitter, follow Richie Carter, and then next week it'll be the same schedule. Richie will be Tuesday, Thursday. Me and Carter will be Monday, Wednesday, and now Friday morning, and then all three of us on Saturday. So with that being said, please hit the like and subscribe button, and everybody have a good evening, and I guess it's go Pitt Panthers tonight.
The Pitt, hail Pitt, hail Pitt.
Hail Pitt. All right, everybody have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.